This video will present the Dublin Declaration of Scientists on the societal role of livestock. The Declaration is an influential document in defence of livestock, endorsed by a large contingent of scientists. While calling for a global transition to more sustainable practices, it is also a plea for higher standards of evidence and a warning against simplistic approaches. The Dublin Declaration was initiated in 2022 by the 6 members of the Organising Committee for the International Summit on the Societal Role of Meat, which was hosted in Dublin by the Irish State Agency for Agriculture. Its authorship lies with the group of 36 scientists who contributed to the articles of the Animal Frontiers Special Edition, outlining the evidence in support of the Declaration. Because this topic is a contentious one, it is important to stress that the Dublin Declaration was established without external funding. No third party has financed its arrangement, coordination, co-authorship, or publication. Its founders have started this initiative from their positions as experts, out of concern that the current conversation has become far too unbalanced, to the point that it could harm societal well-being. Their personal potential conflicts of interest are declared transparently on the Declaration's website. Let us begin with the purpose of this declaration, stating that livestock systems must progress on the basis of the highest scientific standards. They are too precious to society to become the victim of simplification, reductionism, or zealotry. These systems must continue to be embedded in and have broad approval of society. For that, scientists are asked to provide reliable evidence of their nutrition and health benefits, environmental sustainability, socio-cultural and economic values, as well as for solutions for the many improvements that are needed. This declaration aims to give voice to the many scientists around the world who research diligently, honestly, and successfully in the various disciplines in order to achieve a balanced view of the future of animal agriculture. The declaration goes on by referring to the various challenges for livestock. Today's food systems face an unprecedented double challenge. There is a call to increase the availability of livestock-derived foods, meat, dairy, eggs, to help satisfy the unmet nutritional needs of an estimated 3 billion people for whom nutrient deficiencies contribute to stunting, wasting, anemia, and other forms of malnutrition. At the same time, some methods and scale of animal production systems present challenges with regards to biodiversity, climate change, and nutrient flows, as well as animal health and welfare within a broad One Health approach. With strong population growth concentrated largely among socio-economically vulnerable and urban populations in the world, and where much of the populace depends on livestock for livelihoods, supply and sustainability challenges grow exponentially, and advancing evidence-based solutions becomes ever more urgent. Livestock and human health. Livestock-derived foods provide a variety of essential nutrients and other health-promoting compounds, many of which are lacking in diets globally, even among those populations with higher incomes. Well-resourced individuals may be able to achieve adequate diets while heavily restricting meat, dairy, and eggs. However, this approach should not be recommended for general populations, particularly not those with elevated needs, such as young children and adolescents, pregnant and lactating women, women of reproductive age, older adults, and the chronically ill. The highest standards of bioevolutionary, anthropological, physiological, and epidemiological evidence underscore that the regular consumption of meat, dairy, and eggs as part of a well-balanced diet is advantageous for human beings. Livestock and the environment. Farmed and herded animals are irreplaceable for maintaining a circular flow of materials in agriculture. By recycling in various ways the large amounts of inedible biomass that are generated as byproducts during the production of foods for the human diet. Livestock are optimally positioned to convert these materials back into the natural cycle and simultaneously produce high-quality food. Ruminants in particular are also capable of valorizing marginal lands that are not suitable for direct human food production. Furthermore, well-managed livestock systems applying agroecological principles can generate many other benefits, including carbon sequestration, improved soil health, biodiversity, watershed protection, and the provision of important ecosystem services. While the livestock sector faces several important challenges regarding natural resources utilization and climate change that require action, one-size-fits-all agendas, such as drastic reductions of livestock numbers, could actually incur environmental problems on a large scale. Livestock and socio-economics. For millennia, livestock farming has provided humankind with food, clothing, power, manure, employment, and income, as well as assets, collateral, insurance, and social status. Livestock-derived foods are the most readily available source of high-quality proteins and several essential nutrients for the global consumer. Livestock ownership is also the most frequent form of private ownership of assets in the world, and forms the basis of rural community financial capital. In some communities, livestock is one of the few assets that women can own, and is an entry point towards gender equality. Advances in animal sciences and related technologies are currently improving livestock performance along all above-mentioned dimensions of health, environment, and socio-economics faster than at any time in history. The declaration ends with an outlook for livestock, which is a paragraph from the Solution Cluster on Sustainable Livestock document, produced during the 2021 UN Food System Summit. Human civilization has been built on livestock from initiating the Bronze Age more than 5,000 years ago towards being the bedrock of food security for modern societies today. Livestock is the millennial long-proven method to create healthy nutrition and secure livelihoods, a wisdom deeply embedded in cultural values everywhere. Sustainable livestock will also provide solutions for the additional challenge of today, to stay within the safe operating zone of planet Earth's boundaries, the only Earth we have. For scientific evidence in support of the Dublin Declaration, please refer also to the presentation recordings from the 2022 International Summit on the Societal Role of Meat and the special issue of Animal Frontiers dedicated to the Dublin Conference, or consult this article, published in 2023 in the journal Nature Food, which summarizes the Dublin Declaration and the main findings of the summit. If you are a scientist affiliated with a research institution or university and still would like to sign the Dublin Declaration, please visit the website and register. Appearance of your name on the list may take some time, as your scientific credentials will need to be verified first. As of February 2024, almost 1,200 scientists have endorsed the declaration. This should be seen as an expression of concern coming from within academia and research organizations worldwide to avoid that livestock agriculture becomes the victim of radical, hasty, and ill-considered interventions. To be clear, the declaration does not argue for business as usual, well on the contrary, but it is important to achieve a balanced view based on the best available evidence. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.